Welcome to Triple Overtake, the podcast where we talk all things F1 related. I'm your host, Kylan. With me are my older brother,
Mason,
and my dad,
Bjorn.
Before we get into the podcast, you can email us at tripleovertake@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram, X, and YouTube. The first thing we're going to talk about is the race start and Verstappen barely getting off the line.
That was sad.
It was very sad.
Yes, sad's a good word. Disappointing. Max was on fire in qualifying. I thought he had it. But boy, after qualifying like that and then not getting off the line, it was disappointing to see his day come to an end.
Yeah, when you start P2, at Monaco, you at least expect a podium.
Yeah, and just to comment on that qualifying, I still can't believe Kimi got pole. It's just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the best qualifyings I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's what Monaco's all about, though, the qualifying, and it was fun to watch. I was on the edge of my seat, literally.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I don't think really anything happened too much in between the start and around lap 50 besides maybe some engine troubles for Lando, who retired, and Hadjar, who was struggling with his engine for a majority of the race.
When did Bottas go out? There are quite a few DNFs.
Yeah, Bottas and Behrman also DNF'd. Bottas with the brake fire, and I'm not quite sure what Behrman was.
And then Stroll crashed right
Mm-hmm.
before Charles did.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll talk more about that. But.
Mm-hmm. In fact, that's our next topic, is
Okay.
the tarmac issue. And you can see the difference in it from the start of the race to when Stroll crashed. The marbles would get stuck on the tire, and that's what caused Stroll to go into the wall because there was no grip.
I don't think it was marbles. I think it was actually parts of the asphalt getting stuck on the tires, I think. Because if you look at the track, it looks like there was asphalt missing from the track.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I read somewhere that Lewis, in trying to avoid that section of tarmac, took a different line and was actually faster taking that line.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think I made that up, but I thought I read that somewhere.
Probably from the most unreliable source.
Which triple overtake is not.
Yeah, we're reliable.
Very reliable.
Sure.
Don't disrespect triple overtake. The next thing we will talk about is the Leclerc heartbreak. A lot of us decided to double Charles in our fantasy teams, and this was not a good sight, especially it being his home race. A lot of people were upset, including Charles.
Yeah, I thought Charles had finally gotten over that hump of not winning or not being on the podium at his home race a couple years ago, but here we are again, and he looked like he had it in him right from FP1 and a DNF in the race. Very sad, very disappointed. I, for one, believe the Friday hype. I actually dropped Kimi for my fantasy team for Charles, and that backfired. But yeah, I mean, Ferrari looked great on Friday. And Lewis finished on the podium. Good for Lewis, but Charles deserved to be there too.
Yeah, Charles was talking about his brakes, how he had been dealing with them for the past few races, and I believe that Lewis switched his brakes for this race, and he was P2, and it was ahead of Charles. It's just sad to see.
I heard Charles say that he could have switched his brakes for this weekend, but he didn't want to go into Monaco with a brand new set of brakes that feel different.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which makes sense. But his brake supplier was not too happy with his comments, and they've come out and said no, it's not the brakes, it's something else. But hopefully, all will be smoothed over between the brake supplier and Ferrari and Charles. We don't need more drama on F1.
Sure. Can always use the drama.
There's enough drama the way it is.
Speaking of drama, the amount of penalties in this race was insane.
Oh boy.
A majority of those came from the pit lane speed. I think the main cause of that was because of drivers cutting the white line at pit entry that caused the distance to decrease, which made their average speed higher.
The one that confused me, though, is when, was it the safety car came out and everyone was pitting and George didn't serve his penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has got to be on top of that. And it looked like maybe they were planning on serving the penalty, but I believe it was front left guy with the air gun touched the car, and then everyone else followed suit. So, but that's a internal error that you can't have those. You got to serve that penalty and get back in the race.
Especially since he's trying to fight for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's not anymore.
He's not.
But Lewis is.
And also during that safety car, the Ferrari double stack. So Leclerc came in behind Hamilton, effectively having to serve Hamilton's 5-second penalty. If it had not been for Charles' DNF, I think he would have been quite angry about that decision.
Yeah, I think he should have stayed out. Because I think his tires could have still lasted till the end of the race. They would have been a lot older than everybody else, but it is Monaco, so I don't know if he would have been able to, or if anybody else could have overtaken him at all.
It's so hard to overtake there. Would they have swapped positions, though, do you think? Had he stayed out?
I don't think so.
Being the hometown guy, they would have let him finish ahead of Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because Lewis was the one with the penalty, too. So.
That's true.
Well, I think if even they pit Charles a lap later, he still would have gone ahead of Lewis. Because I don't think they had caught the safety car cue yet.
It's another one of those unnecessary mistakes from Ferrari. And if they would have watched the F2 race, they would have known that putting new tires on at the end of the race didn't go well for a number of drivers in F2 with cold tires. Granted, there's no tire blankets in F2, but the drivers that switched later were struggling to heat up those tires, and Rafa Kamara, who was leading the race, ended up going out. Very similar to what happened to Charles. I don't think it was necessarily cold tires. It was that plus the tarmac that caused the crash. But Charles was none too happy with the decision.
Yeah. Arvid Lindblad was one that did not pit under the safety car, and he greatly benefited from that. I think he went 60-something laps on those mediums and got a free pit stop under the red flag, which is just crazy.
Sometimes it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's Monaco. You can kind of expect a late safety car or red flag. I think it was Ruth Buscombe was saying, after lap 50 or 55, you start to see more accidents, crashes, just because tires are starting to wear out, brakes are getting hot, and all those sorts of things. So it's a good strategy to hold on and wait, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't always work, but this time it did.
Yeah, and let's talk about the restart after the red flag. George, I don't even know. He slowed down so that everyone else would get backed up. Which I'm still not sure why he did that, because they were not going to fight Kimi at all. So I don't think that was his plan. I think he just did that for himself.
Little surprised that there wasn't an investigation for driving unnecessarily slowly. But then again, if you look at the F2 race, some of those guys were slow coming out of the pit lane too. switching tires. I don't know if that was it, but everyone else seemed to have pace, and there was George just backing everybody up. And I think the real loser in that was Carlos Sainz.
Mm-hmm. Getting hit twice.
Yep.
First by Hulkenberg at the
Hairpin.
And then by Colapinto.
Spun him around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ended his streak of finishing the points every time he's been at Monaco.
Yep.
Thanks, George.
Man, I was so stressed for that restart, the standing start. Man, that was intense. So I was rooting for Kimi to win, so I was scared that he wouldn't get off the line good. And yeah,
he seems to have solved that though.
Yeah.
From early in the year, in the last couple of races, he's had good starts, and the restart. Even when safety cars are ending, he seems to manage that very well. He's looking like a contender.
5 wins in a row, equaling Lewis during his time at Mercedes. Who else did he equal?
There were like 4 other drivers. I'd have to pull it up to see, but
a lot of good names.
Yep.
Youngest winner of Monaco.
He's got a lot of new records.
Yes, he does. It'll be hard for Freddie Slater to beat those, I think.
Freddie Slater. Yeah. I think he finished P3 in the F3 race, so it's looking good.
I don't know. I don't watch F3.
Yeah. I don't think any of us really do, but...
Not a whole lot. Towards the end of the season, when it starts to become clear or there's a good battle for the championship, I might watch a race or two. I like F2, though. F2 is a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's talk about Gasly finishing 3rd on the road. An insane race from him. But obviously he had the penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Yep, 2 of them.
Yep.
So it was 10 seconds.
If you watched his the lap after the race ended, he was celebrating, I think, sarcastically, because he thought that those penalties should have been reversed, and they have asked for what is it?
Some sort of review, yeah.
And the penalties did drop him down to P7. I don't think it's going to get reversed because I believe the FIA warned the drivers about the speeding in the pit lane before the race. I think it's just kind of unnecessary, especially for a second time.
Right. Well, I think DC explained it well in the commentary, saying if you're going to take that line, you have to take it all weekend long in each practice, because you've got the location device inside the car, and that's what they build that average off of. So it can't be something new that you do in the race, because you're going to get dinged for that, and we saw that this weekend.
Yeah, it's just a shame for Gasly after such a good race. He can go.
No, you can go. It's fine.
Another person who had a great race is Fernando Alonso, P10. And just to give you a little fun fact here, he has scored points earlier this year than last year.
Interesting.
Monaco was round 5 or 6 this year. 6th, and he scored at Spain, which was round 8 last year.
Interesting.
Fernando comeback. Here we go.
I think
he's going to win it all.
Fernando last year somehow ended up finishing 10th overall in the Drivers' Championship, so maybe he can do it again.
I doubt that.
You have to believe in Aston.
I don't.
I've been saying that for years. No, good for Fernando to get that point. It's too bad that he got it via Checo Perez penalty.
He dropped down to 15th. Would have been amazing for Cadillac to score their first points, but it is what it is.
More sadness.
Yeah, it's coming soon. Checo will get his point soon.
Yeah, he's been driving really good in that Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
Far outperforming it, I think.
Probably. And really making Valtteri not look good.
Yep.
Which makes you wonder, how long is Valtteri going to be in that seat? Yes, we know he's got a contract through next season, but anything can happen in F1.
Yep, contracts can be broken. Maybe not for Charles. He has signed another multi-year extension on top of his already multi-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not happy after this race, but I read something where it was like Charles wants to win with Ferrari. He wants to make them better. But I feel like at some point after they let you down so many times, you might have to leave.
When he leaves, then they'll win.
Right. Like Lewis leaving Mercedes.
Yeah.
He should have stuck it out.
I think they found someone even better. He might have, actually.
Kimi's a special talent. We are seeing once in a generation driver right now. It is so much fun to watch him. He looks like he's been there for forever. Just the way he qualifies and manages the race. Was it before the safety car, before the red flag? He was like 55 seconds ahead. It was something unbelievable. He was, or was it was
No.
not that much?
It was like
30 seconds?
It was like 25.
25?
That sounds right.
Okay. Well, I guess I was wrong. But still, that's quite a gap. He's just looking like a complete driver right now.
Mm-hmm.
He might be the only one that can stop him.
Whoa.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
He can only stop himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's take a rewind to last episode where we made some predictions. I have them all written down.
That's good because I don't remember.
We should just call this part of the episode, Write This Down. And then you'll write it down for us.
I have to. My podium prediction from last episode was Charles P1, Kimi P2, and Russell P3. None of those worked out. Mason, your prediction was Charles P1, Hamilton P2, which was correct, and Lando P3.
Oof. At least I got one right, though.
Yeah. And Bjorn, Kimi P1, which is correct, Hamilton P2, which is correct, but you did put Lando third. We also made some crazy predictions. Maybe not so crazy, but my prediction was someone in the top 4 teams doesn't make it out of Q1. Would you say that Haas is a top 4 team?
No, I would not. As much as I would like them to be, they are not.
Mason's prediction was a no Mercedes podium. He was not correct on that one.
But then you had Kimi on your podium.
I know.
No, Mason didn't have. He had Charles, Hamilton,
Oh.
Lando.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, I thought I did.
You had Kimi on your podium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Bjorn made 2 actual predictions and 2 other predictions, but we'll talk about those. His first prediction was Esteban in the points, which is correct. Colapinto in the points, which is not correct.
No.
And then Alonso points, which
Check.
was correct. And then Checo gets a point, which would have
Almost happened.
Almost happened, but it did not. I think.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, you got the most right out of all of us somehow.
There's also a lot more predictions than we made.
Yeah.
I was just throwing crazy stuff out there. See what sticks.
Some of them did.
Someone did.
Well, am I leading the prediction league? No, that can't be.
I think you are.
Yeah, I think you are. I'm in last.
And I'm second after missing a whole week. So
I have not had a good year of predictions. I've kind of like made them before the weekend started, and I kind of just kept them. Think of, did I miss a week? I can't remember. I don't think I
I don't
did.
think you did.
no, I'm just that good.
Yeah.
Yep, me too. I'm sure I'll slide back down after the next race.
Yeah, you're first with 535 points, and I'm second with 498 points, and Kylan is last with 483 points.
Yikes.
I've got 38% of my predictions right, and you, Bjorn, have got 33% right, same as Kylan. So I'm getting a lot right, but I also missed that 1 week, which hurt my points.
Yep.
5.2 thousand in the world. Not bad.
No.
Let's move on to our fantasy teams. For my first league, our first team, I used Limitless because of the potential point differential, and it did not work. This was not a good week to use it. I had Charles doubled, Kimi, George, Max, Hamilton, Mercedes, and Ferrari. It's not a good week for me.
Want me to go next?
Sure.
Okay. For my normal team, I got rid of Kimi, who I had doubled, and I got Charles doubled. That did not work out. And I have Hajar, Carlos, who ended up with a DNF, Bortoleto, Hulkenberg, Ferrari, after I got rid of Mercedes for Ferrari, and Haas. Yeah, that did not work out well. And now I, since I think Charles went down for price in Ferrari, now I can't afford to get Kimi and Mercedes back. So
Ouch.
I'll have to probably make 3 changes to my team, which will give me some negative points since I can only make 2 free transfers. So that did not go well for my normal team.
Yeah, my first team scored a whopping 16 points this week. I also dropped Kimi and picked up Charles and doubled him. As we all know, that didn't work out. I'm probably going to get Kimi back and just leave him on there and ride it out the rest of the season. Also had Oliver Behrman, who DNF'd, so negative 19 there. Also on that team, Pierre, Lawson, Ocon, and then Ferrari and Haas are my constructors. Not a good week for my first team. Second team was a little bit better. Our draft team.
I don't think I said my normal team got 23 points.
No.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Carry on.
So my draft team scored 50 more points than my first team. So 66 points for the weekend on that team. Charles, Pierre, Carlos, Hulk, Lawson, Racing Bulls, and Red Bull. So last race I had double A-tier constructors, dropped 1 constructor, picked up Racing Bulls to get an A-tier driver, and it wouldn't matter which A-tier driver I picked up because I had Charles and Lando on my draft team. Both of them DNF'd. It wouldn't have mattered. So, not a good week.
My draft team got 105 points, the best out of all my teams. And I have George doubled, which got me 0 points. Hajar, Esteban, Franco Colapinto, and Checo with Mercedes and Haas. So somehow that was my best team. And Haas got negative 8 points. So yeah.
Yeah, my draft team, I used Limitless again because I thought that Max would be up there, but he did not get off the line. So I had Kimi doubled, Lewis, Behrman, Verstappen, Bortoleto, Ferrari, and Audi. I still got 162 points, but it would have been nice to avoid the Verstappen DNF.
Yeah. It's
And then-
96 more points than I scored.
And then for our no change, no chip league, I got 74 points. Did I? No. I think Mason scored more points than me because Nico only got 3 points. How many did
Yep.
Arvid get?
And I have Arvid.
21
He got
points.
21. So I got 92 points.
And I think I'm leading this league between the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
I scored 118 points. That's even with Charles doubled. But then I also have Arvid, Franco, Lewis, Bortoletto, Mercedes, and Audi.
Yeah, I believe I'm second in all the leagues right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still consistent at least.
That's good.
Yeah, for the normal league, I am 200 points, or more than 200 points ahead of both of you. In the draft league, I am 176 points ahead of Mason, and Bjorn is 150 behind Mason.
Ouch.
And then for the no change, no chip, Bjorn is leading by 66, and then I'm to Mason, and then I am behind Mason by
48.
52. Wait, I can't do math right now.
Simple math.
It's 52.
Oh, yeah. I did that the wrong way.
Good job.
I can't do math, Kylan.
Now let's move on to our predictions for Spain.
Oh boy, already?
Yep.
Oh,
Start off with the podium. I'll go for a Kimi win, Charles P2, and Lando P3.
Go for it. I haven't even thought about this.
neither have I. Well, easy one first. I'll go with Kimi for the win. Let's see. Barcelona. Let me think here. I'll go for George to get things straightened out. I'll go for George P2. And I'll go for a Max P3.
When did Kimi start to struggle last year? We know it was in the European
It
phase.
was Spain when he had a mechanical DNF.
It wasn't his fault. I believe in him.
I mean, how many races can he win in a row? Is he just going
Yes.
to win the rest of the season?
He might.
New record. How many
I don't
races
wanna-
are there in a year?
23. No, 22.
22.
21
There's supposed to be
race-
24.
21
Oh.
races in a row. Wins.
That would be crazy.
It won't happen.
That won't happen. So at some point, the streak needs to come to an end. I thought it was going to happen in Monaco. Okay, call me crazy. I'm going Lewis.
Wow. Might as well throw Fernando in there.
Well, we'll go with a Spaniard in the points. Let's go Lewis. Charles.
You are crazy.
George.
No Kimi?
No Kimi.
You think he DNFs?
I don't know if he DNFs, but I come back to me on that one. You better write that down though. That's a bold prediction.
These aren't even the bold predictions
Yeah.
yet. This is
All right,
just...
well,
I will make my bold prediction. Williams will get a car or two into Q3. I'll go for one car into Q3, but
wow.
neither of them will score points.
They're gonna crash into each other or what?
I'm not sure, but they're not going to score points.
Not gonna score points. Okay.
So we're making bold prediction.
Also, Hulkenberg will qualify 11th.
No.
How many predictions are we making here?
I just wanted to throw that.
Well,
out
the
there.
more you make, the more the more opportunity you have to be right. Got a bold prediction?
I haven't thought of any yet. Do you?
No, I'm still recovering from last weekend. Not only was it race weekend, but Julia, my daughter, graduated, so we were busy with that. So still recovering from the setup and the graduation party and ceremony. Haven't thought too much about this yet. Let's go. Let's see. Bold prediction. I already said a Spaniard would score the points. It's not a bold prediction to put Esteban in the points anymore.
Sure.
Let's go. Behrman will finish in the top 5.
Top 5.
So 4th or 5th, based off of my podium, right? He's going to have a good week. He's going to bounce back.
It's a very good bounce back week.
Mm-hmm.
I will go with Hulkenberg points. He'll finally get some this year. Is that bold? He hasn't gotten it
Sure.
yet.
I mean, he's been on the cusp.
in
It's
11th.
been 11th here.
It's his breakthrough.
I mean, last year he finished P5 in the Sauber.
See, I know,
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
So a Haas can finish P5 or 4.
No. Now it will happen.
How about this?
How about
Audi double points?
Ooh.
I could see that. I think it's going to happen at some point this year.
I was thinking it would happen this last weekend in Monaco.
Yeah.
They were both looking good until Borletto put it into the wall in qualifying. So
They were consistently in the top 10 during practice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we'll have that same pace around Barcelona or not, but
Mm-hmm.
why not go for it?
What about Alpine? Where do you see Pierre?
I think Pierre will finish around 7th or 8th, maybe.
Nope, that's where Borletto will finish.
What's getting harder to make bold predictions? I mean, look at the Racing Bulls last race. Double points for them, which is a very good finish. They're putting some pressure on Alpine now. I think they're, 3 points back?
Or was it 1? No.
They're close. I mean, it won't take much, good race, and they can overtake them.
They're 2 points behind.
2 points back, okay. It's turning out to be an exciting season compared to where we started after the first 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was pretty frustrated, but things are turning around. I'm enjoying the racing. The racing's back. So did we come up with bold predictions? Hulk points,
Audi double points.
Audi double points, Behrman top 5.
And Williams going to come into Q3, but neither of them finish in the top 10.
I suppose we could go the negative route like Kylan does and say a big name's not going to make it out of Q1. I don't see that happening.
Never know.
Can I make another one?
Go for it.
Checo makes it to Q2.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to happen soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm done.
One more topic. Do you think that Hajar will continue his run, P5 in Canada, P3 in Monaco? Do you think he'll be able to finish in the top 5 again in Spain? I think it'll be close.
Right. I think it'll be close too. But with my bold prediction, I put Behrman up there. So if I put Hadger up there, that means there's a lot of really good drivers that aren't going to be in the top 5.
Maybe the McLarens won't have the pace again.
That could be. But then also means Kimmy's not up there, Max isn't up there. I mean, based off of my podium.
If we go back 10 years, we could have another Mercedes incident where they crash into each other.
Yeah. Hadger's definitely got it in him. I was pleased to see him handle the pressure. You know, he was battling some sort of issue. Did we ever find out what it was? He was not a happy camper in the Red Bull car for a long time as he was trying to hold off Lando. But they were able to manage the issue and get it under control, and he ends up on the podium. So that was good for Isaac. He didn't buckle under pressure. They were able to find a solution to the problem. So I think it's, you know, bright days ahead for Isaac. Yeah, he's definitely got it in him to finish in the top 5.
Yeah, usually you haven't seen these Red Bull second drivers be this close to their teammates. Obviously, we didn't see Max start the Monaco Grand Prix, but Hadjar would have been there.
Yep, I agree.
Yep, me too. But I think he'll probably be more like P7.
Yeah. Just still good.
Mm-hmm.
Just...
Yeah, I think the McLarens will have better pace around here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, this season, if a Max podium is a really good result, Max in top 5 is a good race.
Mm-hmm.
So to have Hadjar be a place or 2 behind that is good for Red Bull this season.
Yep.
What else you got for us?
Well, this has been a pretty long episode.
So we'll skip the rumors, silly season rumors for now.
Well, we can talk about silly season, I guess.
What's going on? What have I missed?
Well, just Cadillac. A lot of rumors there with Checo either going to a different team because he's driving so well, or Bottas being dropped because he's not driving well.
Mm-hmm.
You've got George at Mercedes. Is he going to stick it out there if he's not the number 1 driver?
I think I've heard about Albon being contacted by other teams too.
Is George back to Williams?
That'd be funny.
Be a good team though with George and Carlos.
Yeah.
Won't be a top team though, but
No, but I think the top teams are pretty well set. Lewis isn't going anywhere, so he says.
The only thing that would really change things is Max leaving.
Max or Oscar.
Yep.
well, I've heard that if Max leaves, then Red Bull would probably go for Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've heard. So
Yeah.
But we're just going to assume that Max is going to sit out a year then? Or 2? I can't see him going to another team.
Or he just retires.
That's what I'm saying. Well, for good, or do you think he'd come back? Like,
I think if he's going to retire, he'll just be gone. I don't think it's like him to sit out a year or 2.
they'll probably just start winning all the the GT3 racing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be an interesting summer.
Mm-hmm.
Did we mention that Hamilton's up to P2 in the championship?
I don't think we did. That's crazy. Especially thinking about how good that Mercedes car is. Oh, we can talk about the ADUO.
What?
So it's the engine rankings on the grid, and if the teams are behind the front running engine, they can get upgrades and more testing time. But the Red Bull engine was found to be the best engine on the grid, so Mercedes will be able to upgrade their engine and get an even better one, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
And I think the other engines will get multiple upgrades and more testing time as well. So we could see Red Bull fall back down a bit in the order.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Are we expecting upgrades for Barcelona from most of the teams? This is usually a race where teams bring upgrades.
Yeah, since it's so
Familiar.
yeah. I haven't heard of any big ones. It'll probably come right before the summer break or right after.
Okay.
Because I think Ferrari, we're talking about bringing upgrades to Belgium. Yeah.
Anything else?
I'll take that as a no.
I'll take that as no. I'd say, speaking of Belgium, our daughter Julia has a friend who's an exchange student from Belgium who's a big F1 fan. And maybe we'll get her on the podcast for a special episode before she leaves. We'll see. See if that happens or not.
Yeah. I think that is it from the Triple Overtake crew. We will see you in the next episode.